is a weapon that plays a big role in party play, with a variety of buffs and combat enhancements that give party members increased attack and defense. Pain of Karma is a skill that deals damage up to 5 targets excluding friendly targets, and has a chance to deal damage over time to the target. Pray is a skill that allows you to pray to a deity to mark your body with an untouchable Mark of Sanctuary. While Mark of Sanctuary is active, you cannot deal or receive damage and can ignore most status effects except Frozen and Petrified. After a period of time after equipping the orb, you'll be able to brand yourself with the reinforced Mark of Sanctuary effect. Arcane Shield is a skill that reduces damage by enveloping your allies in an aura of divine protection. Aura Flash is a skill that unleashes the power of your weapon to deal damage to enemies. Divine Spark is a skill that creates a holy flame when you use Aura Flash, dealing massive damage to multiple enemies. Group Heal is a skill that restores health to your teammates in combat. Heal is a skill that converts mana into health, healing a single target in a group. Cure is a skill that dispels harmful effects. Orb, a serenade of salvation given to the chosen ones who cannot be left out in party play battles, while healing allies as a support wizard and using various buff skills. We hope you'll utilize the orb's many skills to support your teammates and become the victor of the battlefield. Bow is a useful weapon in any playstyle because of its range attack advantage, fast movement speed, high dodge rate, and powerful damage. Power Shot is a skill that fires an energized arrow that deals damage to enemies. Absolute Piercing is a skill that utilizes razor-sharp focus to fire reinforced power shot at targets in range with extreme high accuracy. Illumination is a skill that fires a massive bolt of destructive energy, shattering the shields and barriers that protect your enemies. Entangle is a skill that deals damage to enemies with an arrow imbued with the spirit of nature and has a chance to inflict entangle. Real Target is a skill that temporarily lowers a target's range evasion and weapon defense. Slow Shot is a skill that fires a bolt of slowing energy that strikes the target and nearby enemies with the chance to slow them. Lethal Shot is a skill that fires a powerful arrow to attack a target. A Sniper Bow that silences enemies from the farthest reaches with its long range, powerful damage, and high dodge rate thanks to its agile movement speed. Equip your bow with a variety of skills to make it even more powerful. A weapon that allows you to fight efficiently while dealing range damage with magic. And if you have a tank in front of you, you can help them with tons of firepower from behind. Gravity is a skill that deploys a powerful gravitational field that restricts the movement of nearby enemies. The field slows enemies, preventing them from using escape or teleport. It also cancels any active hide effects from the enemies using hide. Grants the hold accuracy increased buff to the caster, but the field also slows the caster's movement and prevents them from using teleport. Chaos is a skill that summons the Dark Spear of Shilin to descend upon the target to deal a massive dark-type damage on hit and inflict Parasite at a fixed chance. Restore Casting 1 is a skill that uses forbidden magic to reset all staff skill cooldowns except for non-applicable skills. It temporarily increases skill power, cast speed, and hold accuracy. Confuse is a skill that uses powerful mana and has a fixed chance to put the enemy into a profound state of confusion. Enemies inflicted with Confuse has a high chance of being inflicted with Hold. Darkness is a skill that temporarily blocks an enemy's vision with the power of magic. Enemies with blocked vision will have reduced accuracy and skill resistance. Snowstorm is a skill that conjures an icy storm to inflict water-type damage to the target and other surrounding units. Enemies' hide status will be removed. Tempest 1 is a skill that hits the target with a magic projectile and damages the target, and has a fixed chance to inflict a debuff, which decreases resistance. Tempest 2 is a skill that reinforces the magic projectile and launches an additional projectile. The reinforced magic projectile has a fixed chance to inflict a debuff, which decreases damage and resistance. Body to Mind is a skill that converts physical energy to mental energy to recover MP. A flaming magical staff that sets the battlefield ablaze with short bursts of damage, allowing for efficient combat, and is also useful in party play as a debuff skill. The start of a Dream Chronicle. Get started with the staff's many skills. A sword is a weapon that allows you to use your shield freely and which serves the tank role in combat and hunting with its high defense and variety of survival skills. Chain Strike is a skill that throws a chain which inflicts damage to the target and its surrounding enemies. It also has a fixed chance to bind and pull the target to the caster. The target cannot teleport or escape while bound to the chain. And when you stun an ally, the chain binds and pulls the ally to the caster at a definite chance, and the ally's movement speed temporarily increases. Shield Stun is a skill that hits an enemy with your shield, dealing damage and having a chance to stun them. When you apply a stun to an opponent who is under the influence of any stun effect, it inflicts a disable effect on them and increases the damage they take. Double Shock has a chance to trigger when you use Shield Stun, dealing AoE damage and stunning the target for longer. At the same time, this skill also improves your accuracy against stun targets. Brutal Attack is a skill that grants increased accuracy and reduction ignore against stun targets. A normal attack has a 100% chance to deal extra damage if the target is stunned, and a chance to deal extra damage if the target is not stunned. Vex is a skill that provokes mid-ranged enemies, forcing them to attack the caster and temporarily reducing their accuracy and all damage as well as their melee damage reduction. The caster gains extra accuracy against provoked targets when using the Provoke skill. However, enemies immune to status effects such as boss monsters will ignore Provoke. Please keep this in mind when using this skill. Vengeance is a skill that increases your inner strength, granting you immunity to all damage types and a chance to deal damage to targets that attempt to attack you. Deflect Arrow is a skill that improves your ability to evade. This is a good skill to have, especially against ranged attacks. Sword, a tank that jumps into the center of the battlefield, pulling key enemy personnel, breaking down lines, and pushing through weakened forces. Combine different skills to create a more powerful sword. Daggers are often used in roles such as assassins, dealing high damage and poison to opponents, and using high attack, agility, and stealth skills. Quick Step is a 10-minute skill that strengthens your physical capabilities, allowing rapid body movement. Wind Walk is a skill that surrounds you with the energy of the wind, granting you a significant increase in movement speed for 3 minutes. Shadow Blade is an ability that has a chance to create one shadow clone on a successful normal attack that can attack up to 3 targets, excluding friendly targets. Phantom Blade reinforces Shadow Blade, spawning 1 additional shadow clone and increasing its stun resistance. Hide is a skill that allows you to hide in the shadows. When stealth is dispelled, your offensive abilities are increased for a short period of time. Shadow Step is a skill that allows you to slip into an enemy's shadow, moving you behind them. It deals damage and has a chance to shroud the target on hit, with a higher damage and chance to shroud targets above a certain amount of health. Enemies hit are enshrouded, skill cooldowns are stopped, and they receive triple resistance. The skill also features a brief increase in defensive abilities when used. Venom is an ability that infuses a dagger with venom, dealing damage to up to 5 enemies in a line, with a chance to inflict venom and silence on the targeted. Note that once you acquire Toxin, you can combo it with venom once again. Marionette binds the target's legs with shadow energy. It is a skill that interrupts an opponent's teleportation and lowers their skill resistance and stun accuracy. an assassin's dagger that uses evasion to steadily approach its target, and its high attack speed and movement speed to silently cut through enemies in short order. Utilize the dagger's many skills to take down your enemies with stealth and speed.